Angelina has always lived an ordinary simple life, as thousands of women do. After graduating from the institute, she met her future husband, married him and gave birth to a wonderful baby girl, Danochka. Having served the due time in maternity leave, Galia went to work. And Danochka was taken to the kindergarten, which was near the house. There were practically no problems with adaptation in kindergarten. The girl was sociable and affectionate, probably that's why in the first days of her stay in the group of kindergarten, she made many friends. Among all the children in the group, one girl stood out. Her name was Anya. A strange girl who was very reserved and always shunned other children. Angelina, picking up her daughter from kindergarten, always paid attention to that girl. Something about her was wrong. She was pale and thin and did not look quite healthy. She seemed to be in pain all the time. One day this girl came to the kindergarten with a strange doll in her hands. The doll was not like the ones usually sold in stores. It was a rag doll, the kind made for children in peasant families in pre-revolutionary times. And this Danochka practically parted with this museum doll. This doll was with her on walks, in classes, sat next to her at the table during breakfast, lunch and dinner, slept on her pillow during a quiet hour. And one day Angelina happened to see her daughter's friends' parents. They seemed to her no less strange than their daughter, people not of this world. They were young people, but dressed in black, as if in mourning. They seldom came to general parent-teacher conferences. And if they did come, they always kept silent and did not express their opinions. Danochka felt very sorry for the girl Anya and always dragged her into the company to play with the other children. At first the quiet girl behaved very cautiously, and then she began to trust her new friend Dana. The girls gradually became friends and began to play together. One day Danochka brought a rag doll of Anya from kindergarten. "Danochka, why did you bring home someone else's toy? Anya will cry. You know she won't part with this doll." Angelina sternly asked her daughter. "Well, Mummy, I did not even ask. Anya gave me this doll herself. Just shoved it in my hands. How could I not take it? Anya would be offended, wouldn't she, Mummy? Anya is so kind, she gave me her favorite doll." To tell the truth, Angelina didn't like the doll at all. There was something about it that was so unpleasant that it made the woman uneasy. The rag doll was faceless, the braided pigtails, woven from woolen threads, dangled from her head in thin strings, and the crooked legs dangled carelessly in different directions. Danochka said she loved this doll and would sleep with it. The little girl cradled this ugly toy and went to her room. At night Angelina was awakened by an incomprehensible noise coming from the children's room, where unrestrained baby crying was coming from. Angelina and her husband Vitaly jumped up and rushed to the child's room. Danochka was sitting on the bed, crying loudly, a doll lying on the floor. "Danochka, my daughter, what happened? Did you have a bad dream?" The little girl, through her tears, pointing to the doll lying on the floor, shouted, "She is bad. Ugly doll. She attacked me and strangled me like this, by the throat." The little girl used her little hands to show exactly where and how the doll was strangling her. The parents shrugged. Nothing strange, just the sight of that horrible doll could inspire the most terrible fantasies. Angelina took the doll from the girl and took it to the hallway so that this monster did not scare the little girl. It was late at night, Angelina and Vitaly were already fast asleep, when suddenly from the girl's room there was heard not crying, but some sobs. Rushing back into their daughter's room, the parents were horrified by the picture before their eyes. Over the child's bed hovered a huge, black shadow of a doll. The girl was lying on the bed, holding her throat, panting, and on her chest was this damned doll, which Galia had taken earlier to the hallway. How this disgusting thing ended up in the little girl's room again was unclear. But the worst thing was something else. There was a blue-red stripe on the baby's neck. And Danochka was squirming in bed in convulsions. Angelina grabbed the doll and sharply threw the thing on the floor. And her daughters called an ambulance. A team of doctors arrived on the call and examined the girl. A few more minutes and your child could not have been saved. Another thing, we'll have to carefully examine the cause of the stripe on her neck," said the paramedic. Angelina, realizing that there was something evil and black in the doll, took the basin, went out on the balcony, and burned it. The amazing thing is that the smoke from the thing was so black and smelly, as if it was not a rag that was burned, but something alive. Angelina 3 times crossed the ashes from the doll just in case. And immediately it felt better in her soul, as if she got rid of something disgusting and horrible. The little girl spent a long time in the hospital, but the doctors never found the cause of the sudden suffocation. Although her mother and father knew the true situation, they did not tell anyone about it. After all, no one would believe it. The only thing Angelina wanted was to see the parents of this Anya, to look them in the eyes, to ask what their girl had done to them. And woman went to the kindergarten to find out the address of this family. In the group the teacher said, "And you know, we have grief in our group. We are collecting money for funerals. Whoever can." Everything grew cold in Angelina's soul. Did this family really kill someone? What happened? Angelina asked excitedly. "Remember Danochka? You know, the girl who kept walking around with that strange doll. She was friends with your Danochka. Well, can you imagine, all 3 of them burned. And so strange, on the balcony. Standing like 3 living torches. What a horror." Angelina crossed herself 3 times and ran to church to put candles for the soul of these 3. Somehow she felt that she had had something to do with their deaths. She still could not understand why they wanted to kill her child through that vile doll. Somehow the girl had done them wrong. But there's no one to answer to. And Danochka got better and went back to kindergarten. And the strange thing is that the girl remembers neither her friend Anya nor her stupid doll. But maybe it's for the best.